Hey, welcome back to the Well-Worn Path. Pastor Mark here, and let's pick it up where, well, I don't know where we left off. Let's just keep walking, shall we? You make the path by walking it. So let's just keep making our path here a little bit. So I had this thought this week, and I'm just kind of sitting with it, and I'm going to just kind of put it out there as we take our little stroll here today. I want to talk to you about shotgun evangelism. Now, if you're familiar with firearms at all, and hopefully I'm not triggering anybody. If I am, I'm sorry, whatever. Um, there's times that you have a rifle or a handgun, and you aim it. You aim it. I am an upland game hunter. I hunt pheasants, and mostly I like working over my dog more than shooting the pheasants, and I get dirty looks sometimes if I miss by my dog, But anyway, um, a shotgun has a bigger pattern. You do not necessarily aim a shotgun, you point it. You point it in the direction because you have a bigger pattern, which you need if you're hunting birds, by the way. And I was thinking about this idea of shotgun evangelism, the way we share our faith, the way we share Jesus. And we like shotgun evangelism. And usually shotgun evangelism happens on Sunday morning at church. Pastor, I'll get them to church. You share the gospel. Okay, I can live with that. I just wish people get them to church. That's the problem. But anyway, we like revivals. We like these big things where we see big results. There's, a shotgun shell has a bunch of little like BBs in it, so to speak. And it shoots it out, or it could be buckshot, which is a little bit bigger and heavier. But anyway, it shoots it out in a big pattern, and it can do more. If you have a gun with a bullet and you aim it, you can miss, but it's well, I shouldn't say it's harder to miss with a shotgun because I do it very well, by the way. The idea is that it's a bigger pattern. Hopefully, you're going to be able to hit something, your target, easier. But I was thinking about this also because sometimes I see stuff on Facebook and people think, I watch comments and stuff, and it's just, there's nastiness, even on the part of Christians. And it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart when I see that because, like, we're not helping the cause. But a lot of people saw what I had to say, and I posted that because people need to know, and it's going to get a broader view. Well, here's the thing with a shotgun blast. Far out, let's say there's a pheasant goes up and it's 20 yards out from me and it's going, and I lead it, and you lead it and the bird flies into it and hits it in the head and it dies, and the meat's good and everything. Okay, I'm probably giving you too much detail there. Up close, a shotgun blast does a lot of damage. I mean, it does a lot of damage. If you ever watch, I'm sure you've seen movies where shotguns have been used and they shoot through a door, and I mean, it just decimates the door. I'm going to suggest to you, as we take our stroll here, we need to be careful about shotgun evangelism, shotgun anything, really. Shotgun witnessing, shotgun ministry. Bigger is not always better. We were talking about that this morning around the table before we prayed, is that sometimes our words are taken out of context. Someone's not going to agree with you on something. Just get used to that. That's going to happen. I have people that disagree with me all the time. We need to be careful that we are not blowing people away, that we are inviting them in. I love what Bob Benson says, does the discipleship today. Maybe you watch his stuff. We want to be winsome, charming, that sort of thing. Something that draws people in, not repulsive, so that we can win some. We can win some people. Not everybody's gonna respond to us, but they're gonna. You catch more flies with honey than you do with manure. Okay. Am I saying that we should never share our opinion? No, I'm not saying that at all. Matter of fact, I think we need to be bold in our positions. It's how we do it, people. We don't have to be combative. We do not have to be nasty. I have recently seen some stuff on Facebook, and I was embarrassed, to be honest with you, by some of the things that I saw. Comments made from from the way Christians are behaving toward each other, and it's just unacceptable. And we're like, well, I'm just trying to get my message out to as many people as possible, and that's fine, but be careful that your message is not blowing people away, that there's so much damage that nothing can be done to help it. I think about the disciples, and Andy and I were discussing this. Andy, where do we see this in Scripture? Well, we started talking about the disciples. There was times. How many times did Jesus have to say, "Guys, that's not helpful"? I love the scene from the Chosen, rather, when Jesus is out and these, I think it's Samaritan group, are walking by, and James and John are there, and the Samaritans start throwing rocks and stuff at Jesus and James and John, and they're like, "Do you want us to call down fire from heaven and incinerate them?" And Jesus just lets them walk on by, and it's so funny, Jesus like, "You wanted me to call down fire from heaven to burn them up." And John says, "Well, when you put it like that, it didn't sound so good." And here's the other thing I'll hear. This is just kind of coming to my mind. "Well, I'm just speaking the truth." Okay, wait a minute. Paul said, "Let us speak the truth in love." Well, I love them so much that I'm just going to let them have it. And then there's that very inconvenient scripture saying of Jesus, "Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you." I don't like people blasting me. I will have a conversation with people. But if you're going to yell at me, if you're going to ream me out, and you're going to interrupt me and everything else, guess what? We're not going to have much of a conversation. We see so much of that, folks, in the secular world. We see so much of it in politics. I watched one the other day of one crazy congresswoman just bullying the person. And I see it all the time. And then you see, these witnesses in these hearings, they're trying to, I get they got to get to the point, and it's so ugly. We can't even be respectful to each other anymore. And so I'm going to challenge you as we kind of wrap up this little section of our walk today. I want you to think about how you're presenting Christ. Even if you do it in a shotgun sort of way, that's fine, but make sure that it's that aspect of it, and you're not so close that you do damage. Okay, that's the thing with shotgun evangelism. It's very impersonal in many ways. It's the Billy Graham crusade. Billy Graham did not know all those people that came to the altar and received Christ. Personal evangelism is personal. I joke when I thought it was funny one time. Someone was telling me they were talking to me. They said, "Well, I did an online personal evangelism class." I just laughed. How can you do an online personal evangelism class? Shouldn't you be person? That's a person. That online. If we're going to do personal evangelism with people that we built a relationship that we know, be careful of that shotgun, that you don't blow people away. We are to be ready to give a reason for the hope that we have, but to do it, Peter said, to do it in a respectful way. We want to do it in a way that's we speak the truth in love. And so how can I say this? And do I need to say it? There's some things, I'm seeing stuff on Facebook. Do you really need to say that? Do you need to attack the person's character? You can have your opinion without attacking a person's character. Because maybe you don't agree with their opinion, but you still love the person. But boy, maybe they're not feeling it. So I'm going to leave it right there. We'll just take a little pause here on our walk to give you something to think about. Until next time, I'm Pastor Mark. Grace and peace. Thanks for joining me.